don't already have it in your phone, add our phone numbers.
All right. So, welcome back, everybody. We did it. This is like a victory lap and excitement for the next race. Last time I was in front of you, I was trying to sort of, and I say last time because basically our entire volunteer program is full of returning people. All of y'all, or the majority of y'all, are returning and coming back again, which is so exciting to us because we know that not only are we going to do an even better job this time, but I think maybe you had a good time last time, which is what I promised you this was going to be all about, was having fun, making friends, maybe de-stressing some, we hoped, and also, if you want, learn about the science and help some people while you're at it. Let me, before I tell you, I just want to say a few words about where we came from and where we're hoping we're going to go this semester. Let me just say who's in the room, because if you hadn't already realized, we have some rock stars that you're very familiar with, your hard work, growing up here a little bit. So we've got Liv, who is the puppy raiser for our darling Anya, who is here with another CCI dog named Dutch, right? Mm-hmm. So Anya's here. So yay, Anya! She's here. Okay. And
Good job.
And our astronaut dog, our pilot puppy, our star of the dorm, Weston, is here with his handler Mariah. Is that right, Mariah? And Weston, of course, is our movie star. I'm sure he'll have a star, you know, on the Walk of Fame. Apparently, he's doing a great job at WRAL, and Monica's here, and she can, well, you can say what you were telling me before, just to tell these guys congrats for all their hard work.
Congratulations, because Weston is our 9th puppy that we've raised, 9, and he is by far the best. And I know you're going to find this hard to believe, those who work with him, and I remember when I came to pick him up, they always talk about how he's kind of crazy, but he's not. He is so chill. I mean, people at work are always like, do you give him something? And I think we're in safe space, so I can tell you the only time he gets super excited is when we open the liquor cabinet.
Not sure how he learned that. Not sure how he learned that.
So, Doug did an amazing job. He's perfect, absolutely perfect.
And how cool that Monica and Liv are here with Anya and Weston, and just thrilled for you guys to be able to be reunited with them and see the, you know, the outcome of your hard work and fun work, I hope. So the promise of the program last time I stood up was fun, you know, mixed with people you might not meet otherwise. Obviously, hang out with puppies, maybe de-stress a little bit. Introduce puppies and puppy love to all the bajillion people who want to come visit the puppies and help those on campus and maybe meet some people too. And then there was the research program that was funded that allows us to have the Duke Puppy Kindergarten by the National Institute of Health, and working with Dr. Margaret Gruen at NC State and Kara Moore and any of the Duke undergraduates and our lab coordinators involved in actually collecting the data so we can track the cognitive development of these dog puppies, which is really the first longitudinal data set that we have with this resolution of dog cognitive development. So check that box, we did that too, believe it or not, and we had to, at this point last semester, we actually did not have finalized methods of how we were going to do that. And now we do, and so now we're off and running, and we're just going to keep repeating those measurements with each new group. And the other thing that's happened probably since you were with Anya and Weston in the kindergarten is we've begun to test puppies that are being raised by local puppy raisers in the Triangle area that are bringing their puppies in as a comparison group to our kindergarten dogs. So we can compare our rearing strategy to the other traditional conventional rearing strategy that is used by CCI, which is one of the goals of the NIH program I told you about. So the other thing that happened last semester is we had our first dorm dog, and that went off amazingly well thanks to Weston and all the dorm volunteers, which means that this semester we were invited by Joe Gonzalez and Housing, which I remember we were kind of giggling about this together last semester. Like, I can't believe they're going to let us do this, but they are. And we were invited to have 4 dogs in the dorm this semester with the promise that if it goes well this semester, we can have the full complement potentially next fall in the dorm at night. So let's just see how well we do this semester. Hopefully we can replicate Weston's success with a new set of puppies that are going to be in the dorm. So that'll be exciting to see how that develops. So a past promise leading to really future exciting things. The other thing we talked about last semester was we were piloting and starting our program to interface with the hospital. And Maggie Munzie, who you remember over here, led the effort to interface with the hospital and particularly the pediatrics department. And some of you, I hope, were able to go with her and join. And we actually have our first data that the problem that one of the problems we're trying to address is burnout of nurses and doctors. And we have our first data from the nurses, and it ends up, it's like, I didn't think it would have such a big effect, but at least using the measurement tool that we used, it had a monstrous effect, and they're begging for the puppies to come back. And people really, really had it. It was one of the key things they looked forward to in the week at work, and it really, really had a big difference on morale at the hospital. And these are the nurses working with kids that are having some of the most scary things that are possible to happen in a human life when you're so little you don't understand. So you want people like that to be rested and happy and excited. So it's amazing the impact that you guys had that way, or we collectively had. And then we're also, this semester, because of the success with that, because of the success actually going and hanging out with medical faculty, the medical faculty in particular wanted to expand their program. So those of you who are able to join shifts where Maggie's going to be going to the hospital, not only did they expand the number of visits they want to visit with faculty, that means there's more opportunity to meet doctors who are apparently stressed out and want to hug puppies, and you could be the person bringing them to them and talk to them about whatever, if possible. They were so happy they want more of that, but they also are buying us a golf cart. So we were able to, it's, again, all your hard work is just crazy. Like the story just gets crazier every time. So they're like, so we said, look, you know, one of the constraints is we got to get there, we got to get back. Sometimes the dogs are small, it's tired, the stroller's great, but they said, well, we'll buy you a golf cart. And so then Vanessa had to go negotiate together with the rest of the team with Big Duke and say, hey, where are we going to park our golf cart? You're like, golf cart? Wait, what? You don't have a deal for a golf cart, Dr. Hare. Like, what are you talking about? There's no golf cart parking in your professor package or whatever. Anyway, but we kind of went clever ways of people that we knew were our friends and loved puppies, and they made things happen. And now we're going to be able to park the golf cart right behind the Duke Cannon Cognition Center, sort of where that loading and unloading dock is. On the way to the dumpster. You guys know it that way, I guess. So that's exciting. We got wheels now, baby, and it's going to be really fun. Puppies go out on campus.
Disco ball.
Yeah, disco ball. I don't know what. Flames. I don't know what we're going to do. Batmobile motif. I'm not sure. I don't know. So that's exciting. And partly due to your hard work. And then the other thing is, of course, one of the things we were hoping to do because of the comparison group, the control group, we were hoping to get people in the local community, the Triangle, excited. You guys helped us host a lot of media, including Monica's team who came from WRAL. And we were successful. So CCI has said that they've had a lot of people join, and they've had a big increase in the number of puppy raisers in the local area, which is good for CCI, it's good for us. It means that we'll be able to do better science. So all these accomplishments were going on while you guys were volunteering. And then because of the media we got, and everyone loved the coverage so much, there were other press people who got jealous. And so it's really true, and we have a reporter from the Washington Post is already signed up to come this semester, and they're going to do a spread in the Washington Post about the Duke Puppy Kindergarten. So the WAPO is coming
Into February.
Into February. So be on your best behavior, get your hair done, whatever.
Wait, Duke shirt.
Duke shirts, that's right. Anyway, just the day you come in sweats, that's the day they're coming with the customer. It always happens. Anyway, so so we've got more media to hopefully generate more interest for CCI, and then because we want to keep it fun. That's what this is really all about in the end, is bringing joy to campus for you guys, for the people who visit the public kindergarten, and for the people we visit on campus. And of course, our list of people who want to be visited grew, and these poor people have had to deal with organizing all the demands of people wanting to visit. So we do actually have a full, usually it was kind of, if you were here a couple semesters ago, it was kind of like, oh, these people want us to come, sure, like last minute, we'll just drop in. The puppies actually have a full schedule already, almost completely for the semester, because they're in great demand. So again, another success story. We're suffering from our success, I guess, is another way to put that. But it's got to be fun for you guys. So one is that we have a speaker coming that the Duke Canine Cognition Center is hosting. It's just for puppy volunteers and people in the Canine Cognition Center and in one of my classes. And it's open obviously to the public, but hopefully a few people will come. That'd be fun. I know some folks from Michigan State are coming. But it's an alum of the lab, Carrie Rodriguez, who's just about to finish her PhD at Purdue, and she was a thesis student here at Duke in the Canine Cognition Center. She actually helped me start Dognition, and she's done her PhD on human-animal interactions, so specifically on how therapy and service dogs can help kids with autism, veterans with PTSD, and she's really, more than probably anybody in the last 5 years, advanced the field in coming up with really great ways to measure the impact that dogs can have, and sometimes the limitations on the impact it can have. So she's going to be speaking February 12th, right? So it's next Wednesday, which is Darwin Day. It's Darwin's birthday. It's our second annual Darwin Dog Day speaker. And the other fun thing is we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a party. Is that right? Okay, so we're gonna have our party at the end of the semester when it's nice and pretty. We'll get the food truck back and the local pops, and we'll do it all, right? Raise the roof. Yes. All right. So our big puppy party. So I think that's what's on tap. And the only other thing I need to say is, and we need to give these wonderful people up here a huge round of applause, because they have worked so hard. They have worked so hard since you were last in the kindergarten, getting everything organized. They have optimized beyond belief. Just everything. So it's going to be so fun, and I feel like we're so professional. I feel like we actually might even kind of know what we're doing now. So anyway, I'm finished. Did I forget anything?
Just wear your name tags. I feel like, especially with Brian and I, that we've known each other for like 2 years now, and sometimes everyone forgets names. That's fine. Just wear your name tags. Make friends with people in your shift. They're like your team. You're all taking care of these puppies together, and eventually you guys become friends, and it's another way to connect around campus.
Wear your name tags. All right, cool. Is that it? So I can hand it over to Morgan, Madison, and Maggie.
3M.
The 3Ms are still at it, and they're going to take you the rest of the way. So, enjoy.
I also want to give a shout out to this reunion for our 2 dorm volunteers in Weston. So, before we start, we would like to introduce the 4th lab manager. His name is Congo. He is right here, and he needs love, especially when the puppies are here. So, if you are around, and you can come see our retired CCI dog, who is also Dr. Hare and Vanessa's pet. The official
Look at his
DPK
face, he's already
brother.
sad. He's like, all my hugs are going to decrease by a factor.
And one thing, I'm sorry to interrupt Maggie, but I'm just so proud of him, because Maggie worked very hard, and although he's retired, Oh, Morgan and Madison worked very hard.
It depends on what we
The
work
team worked very hard. And he's now official at the hospital.
Oh yeah, that
He's
is
got,
me.
yeah, okay. See, I knew.
I thought you were gonna say we worked on some training.
No.
We went to puppy class.
No. So he's got a badge, he's got a
medical
letter.
badge. He's got a medical badge, like a doctor
They can't
badge.
kick him out of the hospital, people.
But we also put as his fourth bullet point that he is a big spoiled boy, so do not feel too bad for him because he will pretend like he hasn't had a hug in 2 years and he's been spoiled almost constantly. And Ernie, who is Congo's best friend, love of his life, is back from CCI, and he is a change of career dog, and he is Aaliyah's pet now. She was his puppy raiser, and he was released from the program, so now he is back with us. So if you want to see Congo and his domestic partner, Ernie, they really genuinely aren't. It's amazing.
So, to most of your returners, I'm sure a lot of you know about Canine Companions for Independence, of course, our wonderful sponsoring organization. So all of our puppies came from CCI in Santa Rosa, and they breed and train assistance dogs and give them to people for no money. So they do service dogs, hearing dogs, little companions, and dogs for veterans. And they're great, and we're so happy that we work with them. And as you can see, like, we do a great job, and our puppies are working towards being able to help people. So good job, everybody.
And of course, you are all here for Do Puppy Kindergarten. We have the puppies for about 2 months, which is their critical learning period, their period of critical brain development, between 8 and 20 weeks. And you're playing a big part in socializing them. And of course, we're doing the research, studying their development, and bringing joy as Dr. here mentioned.
So I do most of the outings, and the biggest question that I get asked is like, where do you fit in the timeline? Like, what does a normal puppy do, and like what differs when they come to puppy kindergarten? I used some of our lovely friends. Anya made the infographic here. Typically, puppies from CCI stay with their breeder and their mom until they're 8 weeks old. They quickly boop over to a CCI headquarters where they are then dispersed to their puppy raisers. They stay there until they're between 18 months, like about 18 months. It can be give or take a little bit. They turn in for more formal training. Ernie is our lovely, this is a picture from when he turned in. It's called matriculation. If they pass the test, then they are paired with the person that they will then be with for the rest of their working life for training together at CCI so that the person is trained as well as the dog, and then they go together onto their beautiful, happy lives. We are that little triangle. We are just 10 to 20 weeks old. We're just a little stop along the way. So when the puppies leave their breeders and raisers, they go CCI for a minute, then they come to us for those 10 weeks that we're together, then they just go right down the timeline. So we just always say, we're just a stop along the way.
All right, are you ready? Are you prepared? Okay.
All right.
Wait, are you gonna build this up? Oh, there they
These are our little babies. So yeah, we got Wisdom. We have the same letters again. Honestly, the odds are like so low that that is possible, but we got the exact same 4 letters. So we have Wisdom and Leslie, Yonder, Zindel and Zola, and Arthur and Aurora.
There's a female.
Yeah.
Don't be.
Yeah. So the girls are Wisdom.
I thought she was a male.
Wisdom, Yonder, Aurora, and Zola are our girls, and Leslie and Zindel and Arthur. Did I say that right? Are the boys?
Yeah.
Great. So we hope you're excited. We are.
And fun development is there is already another Yolanda.
Yes.
So her legacy has already been
Your sister.
Yes. We were like, oh no, they'll definitely wait a little while. Nope. This litter had a
But we didn't
Yolanda.
get her, so
Okay.
Alright, and as always, it can be overwhelming. We threw a lot of videos at you. Thank you so much for doing the online training. We made you get a new software. We have 2 new softwares. Thank you for your patience, but we are always here to help you. In addition, most of you guys are returners, so we help each other out. And as usual, if you memorize one thing, it is to respect the puppy's space. You guys were really great about, giving the puppies their time to go under things and hide, and I think the puppies were a lot happier because of that. So we just want to reemphasize that and make sure you guys know, the signs of stress in dogs. We'll talk about that a little later. And with that, as volunteers, it's your job to make sure that anyone who's visiting the puppies also learns how to respect their space and not chase after them. And if the puppies are overwhelmed, then they can have alone time.
So this, we agonized over how to say this, but basically what we're begging is for you to show up, because these are not toys. These are alive puppies that we are borrowing from a really wonderful organization, and then we're raising them, and we're going to give them to people with special needs. It's a really, really cool opportunity that we have to do this research, but we just really need you to take the opportunity seriously. This is the only slide we're going to.
This is the only cranky slide, and they agonized over it, and then we said it was okay, you could show the cranky slide.
Because when you don't show up, especially to the 7:30 shift, you have every member of our lab on the furbo freaking out. We're all over the triangle area going, where are they? Where are the puppies? And then we race from our homes to make sure the puppies are taken care of and that they can go to the bathroom and get their morning meals. And you guys are such amazing volunteers, and most of the time you really did show up on time. So this is our one cranky side. We show up on time. If you're not going to be there, we totally are humans too. We promise. We understand. You wake up sick, something happens, family emergency. Please just let us know where you are, and then we can help you solve the problem. It's really, really hard for us to help at 6:55 for a 7 o'clock shift, especially if you went to bed sick the previous night. Wink, wink. So, promise we're good. Just let us know.
Okay, great. So, a lot of you already know this. This is a typical day with a puppy. We've shifted everything back half hour. Hopefully you would know that because you've got your schedules. But wake up will be at 7:30. You're welcome. Oh my goodness, an extra half hour of sleep. Just great, amazing. So, as Dr. Hare mentioned, we are going to have 4 puppies in the dorms. Those puppies will be dropped off before 9:30, and then we feed them, before that and after that. They're going to have naps in the husbandry room now. So, rather than having a crap ton of crates in the playroom, we are putting them in their sleeping room overnight. Don't worry about your clearances and stuff. We'll be there to technically take the puppies in, and we're cleared to do so. So it's all good. But yeah, hopefully that'll help us with. We have some more slides on this later, actually. But generally, yes, nap times will be in the husbandry room. We're going to do a little more focus on training this semester. We did a great job last semester, but there's always room for improvement. So the Tuesday 11:30 to 1:30 shift and Friday 1:30 to 3:30 shifts are dedicated to dog training specifically, as long as time allows and weather allows. So if you're on those shifts, get excited. Can't wait to have you. Yeah, and then we're going to continue with all of our cognitive testing. So yes.
Sorry, Madison. While you were talking about training, we'll get to. I want to hand back the cognitive testing in just a second, but. We also had another exciting thing because CCI has volunteered for the local trainer. The local CCI trainer is going to come to campus. Twice? Is that right? And teach some classes just for us and just for our puppies. So that'll be really fun. Another new opportunity that should be pretty cool. Sorry, Madison. I just forgot to. I meant to say that in my thing, and I forgot to.
We're really excited for that. So that will probably be on Saturdays, and I'll still be there with you as well. So, yeah, training. We're excited for all of that, and we've got testing going on. So a lot of this is just building up to the fact that our puppies are super busy now. So be flexible, and as you saw a cute little video of our magnet board. So hopefully we'll be able to keep track of them better than last time.
And outings. That is my third that I handle. And this is mostly just a plug that if it's your shift, I might pull you to go, but also if it's not your shift or you're an alternate, I would love help. Last semester was a real show. At one point I was taking 3 puppies by myself. It's a spider web. It was a mess. I did it, but it would be a lot easier if I had people to come with me. And that really helped we have this mission where we really want to connect with as many other Duke organizations as possible. So I know Isabel's she's storm raising this semester, but Isabel came with me to CAPS, counseling and psychological services a bunch of times, and then by the end of the semester she went by herself without me. So if you are interested at all in coming on those outings with me, it can also be a really awesome networking event. I'm finding out, like even this morning, just the heads of departments are there, especially if you're at all interested in working in the hospital someday. It's just a really great time to come let them see your face, and having a puppy is a really great conversation starter. So if you are interested at all in coming on the outings with me, and you got my number earlier, you can text message me, just please tell me what your name is, or you can email me. Mine is the margaret.bunzy@Duke, or you can just email Puppy Kindergarten. So any way you can get in contact if you want to come on outings, would love that. Plus it's fun to push the stroller and then people look at you funny when it barks. Or no, we're gonna have
You're gonna have wheels. You're gonna have wheels.
If you want to ride in the pimped up golf cart, you have to sign up to volunteer with Maggie.
Yeah, you can take with me to lots of different clinics. It'll be great. Wait, oh, just kidding.
Not a lot more, but door pickup will be between 4 and 5. As always, we groom the puppies, brush their teeth at night, and then their bedtime will be at 11:30 now, so a little bit later in the evening. But if you're Duke students, you don't go to sleep that early anyway. So we figured that would be better, and you can have a half hour on the morning side instead.
Cool. Reminder of things you should do on every shift. Sign in and out on the volunteer iPad. You now have your very fancy home-based PIN number where you can sign in and it'll know who you are and what shift you're signing in for. Now that is different than the visitor iPad, the one that's on the wall outside of the puppy kindergarten. That's still just for visitors. There will be another iPad in the kindergarten where you will sign in. And then from last semester, we had a survey on the puppy computer that had more details about your shift, like how are the puppies feeling? Did anyone have diarrhea? One person, just like last semester, will fill that out still, but everyone will sign out on the iPad. And we do want to be better this semester with wearing your spots and name tags. Again, we, just like Vanessa said, want to learn all of your names, and I know we got a lot of feedback from you guys that were like, it's too awkward that halfway through I don't know my shipmates' names. And so if you just all wear your name tags, then everyone will know each other's name.
Plus, if they're fancy visitors, which we get a lot of times, it's good if they know your names. So, networking, like we've been chatting.
Cool. And then always check the water bowls. Make sure puppies always have water. Make sure you play with them actively. You're there to throw balls for the puppies and not just sit and watch them and wait till they fight. So just make sure that you guys are throwing toys and playing with them, and that's really what we love to see. And then, as usual, the door code is 3512. We'll post that elsewhere, like on the Slack page, so that you never forget that. It'll always be unlocked unless you're in the morning shift, and that's where you'll need that code. And finally, we have the daily checklist, so that on every shift you know what duties you're doing and can initial that.
That's checklist.
And in addition, the husbandry volunteers, this should all look familiar. This is an extremely important checklist required by Duke. We get in trouble if this does not get filled out. So the morning and night people
And feeding shifts.
have to fill out this husbandry one, and then there is another one in the playroom where it has the morning and mid and PM feeding times that you'll also fill out if you're a daytime volunteer.
They're super, super, super important, and for a random example, the one that's in the husbandry room keeps track of the temperature and humidity. Over the month of December, the humidity and temperature for some reason went way up. It was so hot in there, and we had to put in a maintenance request to get the temperature brought down, and we had data to show how hot it has been. So please fill it. That's neat, great. So we have 12 visitors at a time. So last semester you guys were so good at keeping it at 12. that sometimes like somebody's mom would be number 13 and you'd be like, please wait. That is okay. It is not that hard and fast. 12 is like kind of what we picked ratio-wise to just keep it so the puppies are not overwhelmed. If there's 3 puppies inside and 4 puppies outside, we can have 12 in each. You just need to monitor that like no one is crowding the puppy too much. Sometimes 4 visitors is too much if they're being too rowdy. So we're trusting you. We're saying 12 at a time is to keep it like manageable, but we trust you. Someone's mom can always come in if they're number 13, we promise. The visitors are going to sign in and out on the iPad. We definitely did the signing in last semester. Signing out, we started kind of halfway through the semester and people were forgetting. So we are adding research questions. They are optional. So when visitors are signing in, they'll say, there's a final question that says, would you be interested in answering some research questions? There's just 4 of them, and it's basically saying, how are you feeling right now? When they sign out, it's going to ask them the same questions because we're trying to study if playing with the puppies, interacting with the puppies has a positive effect on their stress level and their day. So it's less effective if they don't sign out. So not the end of the world, but anything you can do to encourage people to sign in and out. You did a great job of encouraging them to sign in. Just the out part is what we're having. Backpacks go in the closet. Main reason for that is that puppies love to pee on soft things, but also because when backpacks are in there, puppies are just chewing on them and it's just extra space. So just have everybody, yours and visitors, put their stuff in the closet across the hall. We have 2 of the shelves labeled. We redid the labels because they fell off. And visitors have to listen to you. So we've never had anything crazy happen where you have to like put your foot down, toss someone from the game, but like you are in charge of the puppies. You are their guardians while they are with you, so just feel free to exercise that power if you need to.
On the slide that you can read, but backpacks can't be in the hall is also like an important part. Not just not in the room, but also not in the hall, because this is a really busy hall. We have people like walking up and down the ladders and carts and stuff all the time. We got a few slight complaints about stuff in the hallway, so yeah. Closet, great. Potty training, this is our biggest task. The entire time the puppies are here is getting them to pee outside. So the way we do this is not giving them an opportunity to pee inside by taking them out so often that they never pee inside. So they should be taken out every 20 minutes, no matter what. Always right after they wake up, whether that's mornings or an official nap time, or whether you just see them sleeping and then they get up, take them outside. After they drink water, you know, they're drinking all day, but if you see them go just drink an entire bowl, take them outside. After meals, and if you just see them sniffing around or standing by the door, especially when they're little, just watch them closely, and you'll
You know the
keep
potty
training.
walk when they're about to pee. I know you all but you can tell.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, we use the hurry command, as almost all of you know. Whenever they're actively using the bathroom as they're little, that's when we start connecting the word hurry, so don't use it before they go because they don't know what it means when they get here, if that makes sense. If you have any questions on training, let me know. But of course, we're only using positive reinforcement. So if they pee inside, you know, we're not going to be like, oh my God, no, bad puppy, and yell at the puppy. That's not going to help anything. Just take them outside and reward them when they do the right thing.
And if they start to pee, these are magical puppies, and if you pick them up, they will smell. So if they start to pee, don't be like, pee. Just like pick them up and run outside. Like interrupt the accidents. They are magical in so many ways. The pee thing is just one of them. Great. We don't know how to make it clearer. It goes in the dumpster, not on top of the dumpster. Wink, wink, last semester, not next to the dumpster. The poop goes from the paw pail into the dumpster. Madison had to climb around the dumpster and pick up poop bags because people just threw it.
They're like,
It's not
and
top cover.
Those were the Carolina students. Those are the Duke students.
And maintenance called us and was like, come get the poop, we're not getting the poop. So it was Madison. So for those of you who thought the top of the dumpster opened across the... It does not. It does not. It also, there is a little area right there. That is why Madison was chosen, because she could fit in the gap to get the poop from the gap too. It was a very not fun day for us. So you have to walk up the stairs to this little thing and put the poop in, we put it in the video.
Yeah. Oh, and sometimes that like lid thing is closed, but it has like a latch just like right on. You just open the latch.
Just open it.
Yeah, it's just open. Yep.
Yes. On this note, poop only goes in the paw pails.
Oh yeah.
Raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by the indoor diaper genie.
Great.
The diaper genie no longer holds poop. Poop stays outside, it never comes inside. We never want to live that horror again. So there's a paw pail directly to the left. It's near the hose box.
Well,
If you're coming out of the door, it's to the left. If you're going in the door, it's to the right. There's also one in the puppy park, and both of them have a full roll of poop bags in the little secret top compartment. So, no poop inside. Poop goes in the paw pail, then the poop from the paw pail goes in the dumpster. Woo! Got it. No more calls for maintenance, or we're drawing straws for us to crawl on top of it this time.
It's like a free throw shot. Like a free throw shot.
It's not a free throw shot. You have to dangle it over, and then it's 100% in the dumpster shot.
We believe in you. You got this.
Another new thing, as you mentioned, there were way too many crates in the puppy room, and the puppies got very big. And so this semester, all nap times will be in this room, which we previously called the dorm, but now that we have 4 dorm puppies, it's now the husbandry room. So you will bring puppies into this room. They'll still be in their individual crates that match their collar colors, of course. And you guys will actually watch them. You'll go back to the puppy playroom and watch the puppies napping on a Furbo. The iPad that you will use to sign in for your shift will have the Furbo app, and you can keep an eye on them and see who's barking, who might need to go out. And we'll teach you on your first shift how that all works, but that will be a new change. Yeah. Oh,
we do still have 2 crates in the playroom for feeding purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, so you will take turns and feed 2 at a time. There will be 2 crates in the normal
And we
playroom.
still have that like gray pen thing, so.
Yeah.
It was worth
Good
the
question.
chaos of feeding to make the room more useful in general.
Yeah, especially when it was raining, it was like, you guys know how crazy it was in there.
They needed room to rest.
Yeah, we wanted to give them more room.
A little Dogs 101, not everybody necessarily has like dog experience before they come into this. So biggest point for me is puppies need consistency, and that's why we're trying so hard to train you guys very evenly and very thoroughly so that we can all treat them the same way, especially with potty training and then eventually command training. Just be confident around them. If you act like you know what they're doing, they're going to listen to you more than if you're, acting hesitant or confused. So if you're the cute person or the puppy, like they have this relationship with you where they want you to tell them what to do. As you can see, little Weston is just like can't get over the fact that he can do something to get that treat, and that's what we want from them.
Look at him. Look at his big old gooey eyes right there.
So we also want to indicate the signs of stress. As we talked about, our biggest thing is please respect puppy space when they're stressed out. Congo, back up. So if they're yawning, sometimes that means they're sleepy, but actually a lot of times that means they're stressed. If they're vocalizing, whining, or barking, especially if they're hiding from you, facing around, trying to escape, or just like licking really excessively, those are things that are just going to indicate to us that they're kind of stressed out. Another basic thing, please don't give them human food. That is not good for them, and it could in fact be very bad for them, and it's just not good for their training. And if you ask a puppy to do something, reward it. So these guys are little and they're always trying to learn from us. So if you tell them to sit and they just walk away and they get up and they walk around like they didn't learn anything from you. So sit, give them a treat, and then they've learned that that is actually what you wanted and that can, expect to be rewarded for behaviors when asked for them.
For human food, I just thought of this because people ask us all the time if they could eat like you can eat in the puppy room. Yeah, absolutely. It's totally fine. It's actually a good experience for the puppies to learn like they don't get to eat the food. Just like keep your eyes on it because they love to counter serve.
Remember Yang at the end?
Yeah. Yeah. I took Yang to one of Dr. Hare's talks and he had a spoon an inch away from his mouth for like 4 seconds in the door. So it was a whole thing. So just like watch. They're like tacos.
And then, as many of you got to see last time, we're going to have these command cards still. They're a little laminated. cards on rings, and they just have a more condensed version than what's in the manual for just how to get puppies to learn the commands that we're working on.
Cool. And as you guys know, we warned you about diarrhea. We had diarrhea, but we were very lucky. If you guys ever had a bad diarrhea experience last semester, that was nothing. So we're really hoping that because of the consistency and the great work that you guys have documenting everything, that we can have another relatively diarrhea-free semester. As usual, we have in the sign-out form, you indicate who had diarrhea and who didn't, but we just want to remind you overall that it happens in puppies, it's relatively normal, but it can be dangerous if it goes untreated. So we know there are a lot of crazy rules with diarrhea protocol, and it's really confusing in 24 hours. Ask us if you have any questions, but it really is important to make sure that they stay healthy.
Because Morgan won't say it, I'm going to say it. She has worked in a vet's office for several years now and is a really, really good resource. I'm saying this because I would run to her with the puppies and be like, what is this mark? What do I do? So if you ever have any questions, Morgan is a really, really good resource because she's worked with a vet and in a vet office for so long.
And
So
better yet, we actually have a vet, a real vet, on the table who we text pictures to all the time. So if you notice a bump and you're like, it's probably nothing, you might as well, send it to us, show us. We really appreciate that.
someone took a picture of diarrhea on portrait mode and sent it to us last
High
That's
quality.
serious. Like blurred edges, very film noir. Okay, hold on.
Oh no, is this how we're doing this?
The audio doesn't work, but I fixed it.
Morgan.
So there's a quick little video of our spaces. Although most of you have seen it, some of you have not, and this is how you can find us.
No, it's not. Walk down Science Drive towards Chris Hall until you get to the camel statue and turn right. Continue down the hill where you'll walk by the puppy park and then go in the door right to your right. You'll see a sign for DPK Cognition Center. The first door on the left is our lab, where we do puppy testing and have lab meetings. Duke Puppy Kindergarten is back to the right. You'll find almost everything that you need here as a volunteer, like leashes and smocks, which are behind the door. You'll also find a washer and dryer, the whiteboard, and emergency information on the wall. Just outside of DPK is the DPK closet, where you'll put your backpack when you arrive for your shift. In addition, visitors will put their bags in this closet too. A lot of extra materials or supplies are in the closet. Finally, the DPK husbandry room is down the hallway. You'll go by the men and women's bathroom, and the door's on the left. Husbandry volunteers have a key to the husbandry room. This room is where puppies will take naps and go at night if you're not going to student dorms. Don't forget to fill out the husbandry checklist if you are a morning or night volunteer. Finally, here's how to get to the DPK cleaning room. To open the door, use the same key to get into the husbandry room.
Good job, Morgan.
Morgan did that today, just so you have a visual of it.
One quick thing that I forgot to mention about veterinary issues. If you were a daytime volunteer, you probably one time or another saw our amazing DLR vets. We actually have our own vets on campus because our puppies are staying at Duke, so we have the Duke Lab Animal Resources veterinarians that come and give the puppies shots and check on them, and if we have any problems, they're usually our first resource unless it's an emergency. You guys should all have seen all the veterinary numbers that are on the wall. If there's an emergency, call one of us, and if it's after hours, we'll probably take them to Triangle Veterinary Referral Hospital, which is our emergency vet, but during the daytime, we usually just call the DLR vet. even though you had just gotten used to GroupMe, we have now transitioned to Slack because we realized that whenever the three of us would have important announcements, updates, they would get lost in all of the amazing photos, which we totally loved. So now we have Slack, which will allow us to have 3 different channels. In announcements, only the 3 of us will post. So do not post anything in announcements. It'll allow you to catch up on all the important information and not miss anything. General is where you can post, questions or, like if you are going to be late and you want to, let us know that you're going to be 2 minutes late. You don't need to call us. You can just put it in there. And then finally, we have a place just for photos. So when we're doing our Instagram hunt for photos, you can send them there. Or if someone's doing something cute, we really, really loved how you guys just sent photos all the time. And now we have a space just for that.
Yeah.
And then finally, we really are. Oh, question.
Channels for like photos of each puppy to make it easier for when you're like searching.
You could do that.
We could. We don't want to make too many channels because it might get a little crazy, but.
And then where would you put a group picture? In both of them, I guess.
Yeah, I think we'll stick with just 3 channels for now, but
If it gets crazy, that's a good idea.
yeah. And then finally, we are going to make sure that all of you guys set up a group channel just for your shift so that you guys can all communicate, and we'll make sure that during the first week, which again, the 3 of us will be on every shift for the, one of us will be on every shift for the first week. We'll make sure that you guys all set up your own channel just for the shifts that you're on.
So, coughing in a very opportune time. One of the big pieces of feedback we got from you guys was that there were too many changes and too many emails, too many messages. We hear you, we hated it too. So we are switching to a weekly update. You will get it every Friday. We're going to try and keep it super simple. This is the format, so you'll get it in Slack every Friday. We are going to do a picture contest. So on the photo channel, all week you can submit your best photos. I don't know if you remember this specific one, but there's a really good one of Zach sticking his tongue through the, and someone said like, ready for my close-up, and it's the ugliest picture, but it's also my favorite. We want one. We're going to have a picture contest. We are also going to have news updates, so we are limiting ourselves to just that little box right there, areas for improvement, and then for successes, we are going to have a jar, hopefully, where you can celebrate each other and great accomplishments you have, and then we'll also celebrate you, because we want to do a better job at letting you know directly like what great work you guys are doing. And then sorry, at the bottom, it'll have important dates. We are streamlining, we are optimizing. Awesome. Last slide. So, big things to remember from our presentation today. Respect the puppy's space. Don't bother them if they don't want to be bothered. Maggie did a great job. Poop only goes in 2 places, the paw pail and the dumpster. Please show up on time. If you don't show up on time, like, somebody suffers from that, and it could be the puppies, or it could be us, or it could be your shipmates. So definitely get here on time. Always prioritize puppy safety and well-being, and ask us if you're unsure of anything. But of course, the whole point is you guys have fun, and we hope that you do. And we're really glad that all of you have come back again this semester. It's been a really great turnout, and we're so happy that everyone's enjoyed it.